Hello. All right. So I'm feeling pretty drained, but for the most part, pretty good. Much more calm. Like all day today, I had this anxiety, this pit in my stomach. All week, I've been communicating with the angelics. I've been talking to the Galactic Federation. I've been setting intentions for this battle. So it was intense. I'll just kind of give a brief recap for everyone who wasn't able to join. I do apologize. We hit our max capacity in the Zoom room, which is still a lot of people. It's 1,000 people. I didn't feel fully comfortable doing it on YouTube for a variety of reasons, and I'm sure I don't even have to list those off. So we all went over to I'm going to call it B Palace, all right? And in the center of the palace is this giant vortex, and the vortex is huge. Like, it may even be bigger than the Vatican vortex, which is pretty big. But it's much bigger. It's at least 2 times the size of the Hollywood vortex that I've already done a lot of work on and transmuted. And I think that that's why I needed to be in Los Angeles, right? Is to actually help to transmute that vortex. Anyway, and so it was amazing. At first, there was this whole angelic tribe, like literally like army. It's not a tribe, it's a freaking army, like hundreds of thousands of angelics, a couple of other interdimensional beings, but mostly all angels, and they were coming from above. So they were all waiting. They were like literally above B Palace. And then there was the reptilian rebel movement, resistance movement that was being led by Sasha. I didn't know this, but who was it? Archangel Michael was the leader of the angelic army. Sasha was the leader of the reptilian rebel army. And then I was the leader of the human astral army. It was amazing. So we had as above, so below, the angels on top, the reptilian rebel movement coming from below, and then all of us coming from all directions, all over the planet, basically coming in on all sides. And, there was needed a lot of protection, a lot of different techniques that Sasha was telling us to do at the beginning. And it was really wild. Like when we first hit, it was the angelic army that hit basically the castle first and started battling. So we all needed to go through quite a long battle in my mind. Quite a long battle in regards to battling the evil forces that be, the royal family and the different reptilian forces there. They are all guards and protectors of the portal that's at B Palace, okay? And so we had to battle them first before we even had access to the portal that was there to transmute the portal. Now, something that I didn't really think of as well, but we did a lot of work on, was the children. There's a lot of children, at least a couple of hundred, that were all being basically enslaved below B Palace, okay? And they were all there. Archangel Michael let us know that those children were actually earth angels that were there, and that the angelic army wanted to come in earlier to save the children from the royal family, but that they weren't able to. And one of the main reasons why they weren't able to is because these children they weren't able to ask for it, right? Their free will. They didn't even know that there were angels that could rescue them. And so they were stuck there, and they needed like a human force or a human army. They needed basically the free will of other human beings on the planet to bring in the angelic force. So the angels were very excited to be there with us and to help basically transmute that energy. At a certain point in time, there was like waves upon waves of waves upon waves of dark reptilian elite, okay, the bad guys. And they kept coming in right at the end, like right at the end of the battle. The reptilian resistance movement came in, and that was so powerful. And the most powerful part of that was the reps versus the reps. The ones who are like, screw this agenda, versus the ones who have kind of been brainwashed. And we also went into why? Like, why did these reptilian royal family members or guards, or, you know, the ones who are above ground, why are they so clear and so vicious and so angry and so spiteful towards humans? And the answer that came back was, it was kind of like a cult, like kind of like a religion, like they were fighting to save their species. Now, the funny thing is that the second that the resistance reptilian army came up and started fighting their own kind, the ones who were brainwashed, who are above ground, realized, wait a second, if we're fighting for our own species and yet half of our species are enslaved and kept underground on this planet by the people who are telling us that we're trying to save them, it doesn't make sense. Like, there was this huge mind-blowing moment of the royal bloodlines, or the high-ranking reptilian beings who are above ground, who are the shapeshifters. They had no idea that there were all of these other reptilian beings who were being enslaved underground. That burst the bubble. Now, what's really interesting with the reptilian species as a whole, just reflecting back, is because they exist in the fourth dimensional plane, they are very much like wolves, okay? Like a wolf pack. So when something happens to one reptilian somewhere on this planet, the rest of the reptilians get hit with the knowledge of that being. So it's really incredible about this battle within Bee Palace is that that information of the resistance movement is now going to be disseminated throughout all of the other reptilians all across this planet. All of the ones who have been stuck and hidden underground, and all of the ones who have been trapped in their own illusions and trapped in their own manipulations above ground. They have been manipulated by their own kind, even more so in a certain regard than we've been manipulated. But the most beautiful thing about this is we can actually have compassion over them for the level of manipulation that they've gone through, because it was clear, and I didn't know this before, it was clear that they really didn't have a whole lot of information. They had no idea what was really going on in other places around the world, which also kind of brings up the question of, if they have a pack mentality, if they can transmute energy and let everyone know everything, then why weren't the ones that were underground aware of, basically aware of that, right? So that's just something to be curious about, but there could be some sort of block or some sort of wall or something up, with the ones who were underground, right? They might have been protected or invisibility cloaked or what have you, as far as not being able to fully connect. So very fascinating. And then basically what ended up happening is right at the end, basically when they were losing, we got the reptilian, what is it called? Like overthrowers, right? The mutiny, to hold all of the bad guys back. And all of us got together, all of the angelics, all of the humans and the astrals got together, and we blasted the portal with pure white light frequency. And we literally transmuted the portal. It looked very similar to the portal in Russia, because it went into the ground rather than above ground, which is fascinating. And usually I see the portals swirling above the ground. It was also really cool to see everyone with their light weapons. Like, some of you were like blasting little balls of white light energy. And I want to remind you that even though you may not have been there physically, like you may not have been in the Zoom room, it doesn't matter. You could have been working, you could have been sleeping, you could have been chatting with a friend, but your soul showed up. There were hundreds of thousands of souls of astral bodies showing up at that time to help us. You were there. So whether you were able to be there and go through it verbatim, doesn't matter. You showed up, and that was very clear. And then what happened? And then we held them all back. We blasted the portal. We unlocked the portal. We opened it up. It was, I think the most visceral part, there was like tingles and like weird, you know, pains and weird things going through my body. And a lot of you were saying that you were experiencing pains or nausea throughout the whole time. For me, the most visceral that I felt, it was like, it was really bad. I mean, not just seeing the disturbing images of the children being underneath the palace. That was really just a visceral feeling, but also when we transmuted the portal with white light and the blast of the white light was hitting all of the beings who were being held back, I tapped into oh man, it's really visceral. It's just really, it's like I have to remove myself from that energy or else I'll feel it again, and it's a very intense feeling. When the bad guys got hit with the new portal energy, it literally felt like they were being torn apart from the heart chakra, and then also this nausea, like it literally made me feel like I needed to purge and release. I don't know if that's what they were feeling, but that's what I felt when I tapped into them. So that was really intense, probably one of the most intense energies that I felt. And what else? I talked to the one of the guards, the reptilian guards. I asked him, I said, what's going on? We were talking about, you know, transmuting that energy, giving compassion to the ones who weren't able to move through to a higher frequency. There was a lot there, but it was amazing. And so, oh yeah, and then we also found a good solution for the children as well. We're making sure that either they're leaving and they're becoming free finally, or they're staying and they're getting saved and rescued. So either way, there's going to be help for the children who were there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that video to the members only on YouTube. It is a very intense video. I don't feel comfortable putting that out there publicly, so I'm gonna move that there. This is basically the synopsis of what happened, pretty much the gist of it. I recommend, you know, if you guys want to talk to Sasha, the reptilian leader, or you want to talk to Archangel Michael, like feel free to tap into their frequencies moving forward. And I'll be sure to hop on in a week or so or a couple of weeks from now to really tune into where is B Palace now? Is that portal still open and active? And where are the beings who were not able to transmute? And all of that. So I'll be sure to kind of keep you all updated on what happened, but it was really intense, and I kind of wish I had a bathtub right now because it would be a perfect time to take a bath and just be in water. But I think I'll probably get outside, take a walk, and just move some of the energy from me. I recommend you guys do the same. Get a great night's sleep tonight, drink plenty of water, maybe do some stretching or yoga, but really take care of yourselves. And I also mentioned too, whether you were able to be there while it was happening or show up live, you were still there, and this is a perfect time to ask for manifestation. What is it in your life that you want, and are you willing to continue to serve the collective in this way? And if you're willing to continue to serve the collective in this way, let the Galactic Federation know, let your spirit guides know, let your higher self know that you are willing to stand up and to serve and to give back. And because of the law of karma and energetic reverberation, as you give, you receive, right? So showing up and doing that battle, you're going to be able to receive back tenfold. And I know that I'm going to be kind of manifesting, you know, what it is that I want as well. But I really feel like at this point in time, I have more than enough. I have everything that I could ever dream of and more. So I feel so grateful, and so freaking grateful for all of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for just being open-minded. Wow, like just wow. So grateful. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. So much gratitude to you. Tenfold abundance coming your way. And of course, that's not why we show up. That's not why we do things, is to expect or receive something back. We do it because we know that that's the right thing to do, and we know that this planet needs that. And I'm excited, and you know, we're making huge waves and huge changes within society, and if we can continue to do this together and take down bases together and transmute portals together, then the speed and the acceleration of the awakening and ascension is going to happen tenfold faster. All right. Thank you all. Have an amazing rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you as always on Sunday. Members, make sure you check out the video. It'll be uploaded tonight in a couple hours. And then also members, make sure that you get in your questions for Sunday's Q&A. All right. Thank you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, team. Bye for now.